double the shots today over the Sharks, but in the first few minutes of that hockey game, without Stuart Skinner's effort early, that could have been a completely different game, couldn't it?
Yeah, I thought Stuart stood tall when we needed him right off the bat, and I think it's a habit of this team in this building is that they come out very, very hard, and Stuart was ready, and it's a big feather in his cap to get his first NHL shutout.
You talked about being with Stuart in the last 4 years, of course, a lot of time down in Bakersfield. Where have you seen the most growth out of Stuart Skinner as a person and as a player?
Well, I think he's certainly physically matured, and his game has matured, but just as a young man, he's matured. He's he's married. He's just the way he carries himself off the ice, how he treats his body, his emphasis on recovery, and mentally being able to handle a big workload down in the American Hockey League and find ways to win games at that level, and to see him transitioning to beginning his NHL career, I'm proud of him because I do have that relationship going back 4 years with him.
What were you most pleased with, just with your team's effort tonight?
Well, we asked our players we felt we needed all 20 for a full 60 minutes, and I thought we played a full 60 minutes. There were times when the other team had some chances, but we really, really liked the commitment to the defensive side of the puck, the commitment to working back to our end, and it was impressive to see those players put in the work that they put in. It's not easy to play like that, but they did a good job for us tonight.
So, Coach, you had your new acquisition coming back to San Jose for the first time. How important was it for you guys to have his back, and what was your motivation coming into tonight's match?
Yeah, I thought it was a very important game for Evander. Obviously, we talked to him before the game, and I thought he was a big factor in the game tonight. So, but when I talked to Evander yesterday, he told me how much he just wanted to get the 2 points in the bank for the Edmonton Oilers and how that took precedent over everything else. I said it this morning that I'm extremely impressed with him as an individual. I think he's a good hockey player, and he makes us a better team with him in the lineup.
Jay, Darnell Nurse picked up his 50th career NHL goal. I know it's not a big milestone in terms of like the hundreds and 250, 500s, but a milestone nonetheless.
Yeah.
When you look at the importance of a guy like that to this team, maybe just share some thoughts on that.
Yeah, I mean, Darnell is money in the bank with being able to play big minutes on the back end against the best players in the world. So, I think I've also seen Darnell since he's first came into the NHL. I haven't seen him in the last few years, but other than that training camp or on television. But he's somebody who's really grown his game. I would use the term he burns with purpose. He comes to the rink every day with a purpose in mind to be the best that he can be. He's someone that is serious about his craft, and I really believe that he's only scratching the surface.
Is there an underrated aspect of Darnell Nurse's game that not a lot of people talk about, in your opinion?
Well, maybe you people in the media, but
myself included.
In terms of his teammates, in terms of his coaching staff, and in terms of the opponents, I think they know very well of what Darnell Nurse is capable of, and he's a real factor. He's an important part of our team, and he had another good game tonight.
So, Coach, a shutout, great performance tonight, but how important was it to beat a divisional opponent?
Yeah, I think it was an important game for us. Every game's important as you're coming down the stretch, and in the situation that we're in and how tight the division is. But what we've really tried to emphasize over the last 4 days or so is to take it one day at a time, to keep our picture small, to keep our focus on our daily process. And we believe that if you do that, then results take care of themselves.